Hello Rocketeers, it's Astro here with today's Wednesday's commentary. Now let's go on right ahead with the subject and the topic that I have in mind for today's commentary, which is, do you believe people can change? Now go ahead and leave your opinions and thoughts of this down in the comment section below. You don't have to like it because I don't care. I really legitimately want to hear what you guys' opinions on this subject is. And you know whether you think people can change or not. Now in my opinion, I do believe people can change. Now I don't believe people can change from the get-go, just like right off the bat. I don't believe that could happen. I believe it takes time, it takes hard work, and it's just people changing overnight are impossible now. Like you do hear like people who have, you know, what is it, death experiences, let's just say, I don't know, and you know they come out of those experiences saying I've changed. And me personally, I've never witnessed this or experienced this, so I don't believe that really could happen. Maybe something happened in their life that, you know, that was going on, and they've noticed that there's something wrong, and then that experience or whatever it is just pushed them overboard. But there must have been going something in their life. They can't just go on ahead and change right off the bat. And even then, like they say they've changed, but in my opinion, it for them it seems like they're working towards their change. But does that make them like? Does that deprive them from saying they're changed or not? Because let's just say you're a bad person, but you see your wrongs and you're working to become a better person. Does that not in itself make you a better person? Because you're striving to be a better person. Why not, you know, classify that as a better person? Now, here, let me just go on ahead and tell you guys a story about myself. Now, when I was little, I was a brat. I was spoiled. I was selfish. I was a selfish, spoiled brat. I didn't care about anyone. I got everything that I ever wanted. I got more than I needed, and I wanted more than I wanted. Now, let me just set up the stage for you guys. It was Mother's Day, right? And I made my mom's Mother's Day card. Now, before you go on ahead and say, well, that's not selfish at all. It was just for a school assignment. I really had no intention of making my mom a Mother's Day card. It was just for school. School assigned it. I think I wouldn't even remember that it was Mother's Day, except for the fact that the entire school day was based on making your mom a Mother's Day card. So I went on ahead and make it. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna show this to my mom when I get home. Now, when I got home, I completely forgot about the card and just went to my room and watched TV. Now, on my bed, there was like my clothes, and they were folded. And they were nice and neat, and they were put on the bed for me to put away. Instead, I just laid on the bed and watched TV. I'm like, I'm gonna, you know, do this later. I'm gonna procrastinate and just pull this off. Not pull this off, but just, you know, put it aside for later. Now, I remembered, like, somehow, randomly, out of the blue, after, like, watching an hour of television, that I made my mom a Mother's Day card. So I'm like, oh cool, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show her. Now, instead of like me coming to her, I decided she can come to me, you know. What is she doing? So I go ahead and call her over, and she said, no, if you have something to ask me, you come to me. And you know, she's never said no before, and you know, she's never said no to me. She always goes out of her way to make sure that I've never really have to go to her, and that she's basically always there to do everything for me. Now, you know, this is the first time she said no to me. Like, she's probably off in the kitchen doing dishes or making something to eat for us, or probably both, and I just completely ignored this, and I just think she said no to me. No, I refuse. You know, she's gonna come over here no matter what. Now, I go ahead and keep asking her, keep getting more frustrated, more angered, and I basically start throwing fits. I grab the clothes, I throw them on the floor, and I mess with the bed covers. I go to my blinds, and I just run my fingers through them, and it's just angry and just running around and screaming in my room, screaming, I want you to come over here now. Now, my mom goes into the room, and she pulls out a belt. because she saw what I've done to my room, and she saw, you know, how I'm acting, how no one should be acting, and I'm not proud of this at all, guys. And she basically whoops me. Now, you would think I'd learned my lesson by now, but no, I went ahead and I went and gave her Mother's Day card, and I cried, and I told her, here, this was for you, because you know the pain from the whooping was still stinging, and so it made it easy for me to cry. But I gave it to her with the intention of making her feel sorry, making her regret ever whipping me and not coming to me when I called her name, when I called her for not listening to me, for, you know, basically kind of disobeying me. And then now that was oh my god, I feel terrible for ever thinking that. But yes, I've done that for that reason. Now my mom ended up feeling sorry and whatnot, but now that I think about it, I feel like she hasn't whipped me enough, or, you know, I'm glad that I don't think like that anymore. But sometimes I feel like I am that person, because I am currently still trying to change. I don't want to say that me myself personally am already a changed person, but I see the wrongs now that I've done, and I try not to do it. I try to go ahead and change. And here's the thing, now I'm trying to change, I'm trying to be a better person, but does that in itself make me a better person? Does trying to strive to become a better person in itself make me a better person? Like, if I go on with an objective to be nice, not just, you know, for public figure, just so everyone can see a costume or a mask of myself, and they'll say, oh, he's a pretty nice guy, just to generally become a better person, does that make me a better person? Because sometimes I do have those selfish times where I just completely forget about other people and just think about myself, and I try not to do that sometimes. I try to think about other people, but it doesn't come natural to me. It doesn't go ahead, and I think one of my first train of thoughts are, can I get away with it? Right after, is it right? Who has those thoughts? Like, is it right? Maybe not. Can I get away with it? Now, I laugh at this, but it's really actually serious. It's a serious thing, because I don't want to be a selfish a-hole. I want to truly become like a nice person in life. I want to treat people with respect. You know, I want to show them I have manners, and it's just, I really do feel like I have to try and have to think about most of the things I do, because most of the things that comes natural to me is being selfish and only caring about me. And, you know, does me trying to strive to become a better person in itself make me a better person? Does intentions, you know, the intent to become a better person, make myself changed already? Like, maybe not changed to the point where I am a nice person, but changed in stuff that I'm not a bad person. Maybe there's a middle ground here that I could achieve. Now, the video is ending here, so I'm gonna end it here. I still have a lot to talk about, but I don't have a lot of time to say it, so please, guys, I want to hear you guys' opinions on this, and stay tuned for next Wednesday's commentary, where I talk about our YouTube heroes and just heroes in general, and what makes us look up into people, what makes us look up to people, what makes us followers where others laid. And this has been Astro signing out. Peace.